This is my story with benzodiazepines. So I was given a benzo when I was around 23, and I was experiencing severe anxiety and panic attacks off the back of having a virus which caused my lung capacity to decrease to 60% over the course of a year. And basically, none of the doctors for an entire year between two countries recognized that there was a problem with my breathing. So I went an entire year without breathing properly, but no one sort of believing me or understanding me, didn't have treatment for that, which led to the anxiety and the build-up of panic, I guess. So I was eventually given the benzodiazepine, and I would say within a few weeks felt like I needed to come off it. I didn't like the feeling of being drugged up, and I think intuitively I just knew that something didn't really sit right with the drug. And I was given the drug in France. I was living there at the time, and the French doctors basically said, you need to be on this, and they increased my dosage instead. I was on that for 4 years, and at the time, it's so hard to know. It's sort of the frog in boiling water analogy, where you just don't really realize what's happening. But looking back, I think it was just slowly taking so much away from me in terms of personality, and becoming a lot more apathetic to things, and just feeling drowsy and drugged up most of the time, which is the main reason why I wanted to come off it initially. So I had other symptoms that began. I now know that I went into tolerance withdrawal whilst being on the drug. And one of my main symptoms was tachycardia. So that would just happen in the middle of teaching. I was working as a teacher at the time, so teaching a class, or having drinks with friends, or going for dinner. Or in the middle of the night when I was sleeping, I'd just wake up and my heart would be just like a washing machine when it's at its fastest state. And then I was going to the French doctors, obviously explaining that something was happening with my heart. They sent me to a cardiologist. They said everything was fine. And when a French doctor told me that she thought we had to analyse my dreams, I decided to come back to the UK to try and find the answers, and hopefully be able to begin a new chapter in life from that point. When I came back from France, the first doctor's appointment I had in the UK was when they told me I should have been on the drug for a week maximum, and that they didn't prescribe that kind of drug in the UK because of its high potency. So I was offered a sister benzodiazepine to taper off, which was diazepam. The original one I was on was called bromazepam. And having just found out that I should have been on it for a week maximum, at that point I didn't really know who to trust, and I was scared either way, but I never thought coming off it completely and not taking another version of this hellish thing I'd been on would be dangerous. So stuck between a rock and a hard place, and also having been effectively drugged up for 4 years, where it can and does really impede your ability to make decisions, I came off the drug and just decided that as awful as it might be to go through the process of that, ultimately I would be free from this thing and could start my new life.